Hello everyone and welcome back. This is Tatjana from Garnet Beauty and Art, and in today's video we're going to do a beautiful 3D flower coaster, and I'm just getting ready my mold and I'm using a sellotape just get rid of any small particles which sometimes really hard to see and they can be just floating on your coasters. And I have pre-mixed already my resin, which is 1:1 ratio. I normally, when I mix my resin, I give it a good 5 minutes just a rest, so it's really help with the bubbles to get to the surface, and then it's really nice and easy to remove them. So we are going just to pour our resin to the main mold, and I've got two small cups on the side which I will use for our colors. And for our flower we're going to use a combination of blue pigment and some copper mica powder. And in my second small cup I'm just leaving a bit of resin for our white color for the flower petals. Make sure you go over with a heat gun. It really helps to remove any bubbles. You can use heat gun or torch. Make sure you go nice and quick so you're not gonna damage your mold. And for the main color we're going to use a blue pigment color, and it's really intense, so I'm normally just using a couple of drops, 2-3 drops, and depending how intense you want a color you can adjust the amount of drops you're going to use for this. And I done 3 drops, and as you can see color is really nice and deep, so probably even 2 drops could be enough. If you want a little bit lighter color, you can just add 1 drop and color will be a bit more see-through, like a light blue color. And also I'm going to add my copper mica powder to our pigment color, and it will add like a beautiful shimmery sparkly effect. I really like mica powder for this purpose, and as you can see how beautiful it's mixed together, and it gives amazing shimmery like metallic look. So it's not going to be just a plain blue color, it will be just with some shimmer as well. So with the mica powder you need to make sure you give it the, like you see, oh my god, it's already like looking so nice. With the mica powder you need to give it a really good mix, because if you're not gonna mix the powder completely it can sit on your coaster and then leave like a powdery like a bulbs on your creation, which can sometimes doesn't look really good. So make sure you give it a really good mix when you're mixing the color. For my white color I'm going to use White Ocean, and this is a pigment paste. It's amazing. It's amazing for the flowers, or if you creating like ocean design for the waves. And as you can see it's really thick, and it's quite heavy as well. As you can see it's quite dewy and quite heavy, so it sinks straight away to the color. So you see I added just a little half drop and the color is beautiful, nice and solid. This pigment is really heavy as well, so if you add too much of the pigment it can sink through your coasters and just sit at the bottom of your design, which we don't need with our flowers. So you really need just a tiny amount of white. I always go again with a heat gun, help to remove any bubbles. And in my middle of my flower I'm going to use a crushed glass, and I will just add it just a little bit in the middle. Sometimes I use combination of foil and crushed glass. I do like a crushed glass because it's quite heavy and it helps to stay in place and also go deeper in the resin. Sometimes with foil it can stay on top of the resin, and when you turn over your design you can see more foil on one side, but actually on the final result of your flower it can be a little hidden away in a color. So with a crushed glass it's always nice, as it's quite heavy. So we're going to use our color and just gently pour all around the mold. Try to do it nice and slow and to cover all sides of your mold. You can go over again and just adding some color. Don't worry about getting through the every part of the empty part of the corners of the mold, as color will mix itself and will get everywhere where it should be. So just pouring all color. On the camera you can't really see the color, it looks quite dark, like a blackish, but you will see on the final result how beautiful this actual blue pigment with copper mica powder mixed together. I'm just going to use my wooden stick and slightly mix my color with a resin. Again, as you can see, I'm doing really nice and gentle just on top of the color, and I'm not touching the bottom of the coaster, just to give it a little bit mixed of make it a bit softer. And now we're ready to use our white, and I will starting in outside of my coaster and just nice and slowly just pour it in a circular movements all the way around until you will get to your middle part of the flower. And when you finish, always use all wooden stick or your finger to stop the color, so it's not gonna dribble anywhere, otherwise it will leave dots on your design. And I'm going to use my silicone brush to create the petals, and I do like doing 8 lines inside and then 8 lines outside. So normally we'll just go over doing first 8 lines from outside to inside, and then we'll be repeating same movements for outside to create a beautiful petals. I do wipe my brush as well, especially when you do now I've got some color on outside of the coaster, like a blue. Sometimes I'm doing just in a clear, then you need to basically after every petal I would wipe my silicone brush, so your petals will look nice and not messy, and just give it a little swirl in the middle of the flower and you can see beautiful petals. So that's it for now. So we're all done, and thank you very much for watching. Make sure you go over with a heat gun. It really helps with bubbles as well as for the petals to start blooming. And again, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe for my video. Please continue watching. I will leave my camera on a quick mode, so with a zoom, so you can see how beautiful flowers petals start blooming and the color is spreading around, and it's so fascinating. I just love watching at this. The flowers is blooming, mixing together, and this is just amazing. Thank you very much again. Please subscribe, like my video, put a notification on so you will be one of the first one to see my new creations, and continue watching for demolding as well. and bye for now. Hello everyone and welcome back, and today we are just going to demold our mold that we done yesterday, beautiful flower, and this is how it looks, the finished result. And the colors we used, it was a blue pigment and copper mica powder as well, and I can't wait to see what we've got in there. Let's have a look. Wow, look at this beautiful flower. Look at these petals and perfect blooming. And I'm not sure if camera can show, but this copper just looks so beautiful and shiny. And look at all of these petals, they are just perfect. It's like a proper 3D flower. Oh my god, I'm so happy with this. I think it's really beautiful. Look at this, just amazing. Wonderful. I'm really pleased with the result. I hope you liked my video as well. Please like it, subscribe, and see you really shortly. Thank you very much. Bye now.